We officially have issue 1 of Power Rangers across the Morphin Grid. I don't actually have it though. I pre-ordered it and it never came. Apparently my local store doesn't have it yet, which is quite boring. But I did get it on Google Play, so I've read it and we're going to talk about it. So first of all, if you don't know what this comic book is, it is like a Power Rangers anthology series with different parts written by actual Power Rangers. So in this one, for example, we have David Yost, who played Billy, Nakia Brees, who played Tanya, Steve Cardenas, who played Rocky, Walter E. Jones, who played Zach, and Megan Camarena, who played Chloe, along with many other talented writers, illustrators. There's a whole crew behind this. I'm gonna go through the comic book, but not in too much detail, so if you can pick up the comic book, give it a read. Let's just get into it. The first story in the comic is called Billy's Metamorphosis, and it is of course written by David Yost. We start with Billy voyaging through space with someone called Franklin, and they are in search of the power eggs. Now the power eggs are something from Mighty Morphin that we were told the Morphin Masters locked away, and Rita Repulsa was after him. Billy's after those with this guy called Franklin, but they crash land and Franklin seemingly doesn't make it. There's this fleet of like really strange but cool looking aliens trying to get Billy and stop him from getting the eggs, and they want to get the eggs themselves. And Billy's got this photo of his old team and he's like hearing their voices and they're saying things, and they're saying iconic lines from the original show. And you know, there's a line from Jason, "Isn't the smallest chance of victory enough of a reason for us to keep fighting?" Which of course is, you know, the line from the original show. I think it might be from Green with Evil, but I could be very wrong. There's lots of cool MMPR references in this, especially, you know, there's stuff from the Heights episode and all that. This is meant to be 28-year-old Billy as well, so he's already left the team in Zeo when he's gone up to space to Akotar. Now he's just, this is a story of him voyaging, which it's not technically in the main universe's canon, but it is meant to be slotted like in that time gap. Then this person appears, or I say person, this being. It's a mystical being called Adriel. Looks a lot like a female version of Alien X from Ben 10. Looks pretty cool. Lots of like colored orbs inside them, or planets, I'm not really sure. And they come to Billy and they're trying to convince Billy that they can do this, okay? He is under attack and this random being is like, you got this, you need to get those eggs. I want those eggs too, I don't want them to fall in the wrong hands, let's get them together. And Billy's like, I must be hallucinating, and he keeps hearing his teammates in his head. And this being called Adriel convinces Billy that he needs to jump into the center of the universe to get the eggs and give them to the Morphin Masters. And with an absolutely beautiful piece of art, he does that. He jumps into the center of the universe with the phrase, "On my honor, on my life, at all costs," which is something he said right at the start of the comic with Franklin, bringing the little bit full circle. We then immediately cut to 3 days later, and he is in a hospital, a space hospital, where Tommy is on a video call, and he's basically saying, "I'm very proud of you, I heard what happened," and he sends him a holographic version of the photo that he had of the Rangers because he lost his. And Billy says, "I heard you're getting a doctorate," which is, this is clearly the turning point in Tommy's, I guess, career, that he has decided to become Dr. O. And that is it. That is it for the little Billy section of this anthology series. Super fun, but left me wanting so much more. And I don't know if there's going to be more to this part of the story. Who is Adriel? What happened to Billy in the center of the universe? Like, I want to see that. Give me that story. But yeah, that was the first out of the 5 stories. David Yost, well done. Really, really cool. And the artwork, I mean, I'll just scroll through. The artwork is beautiful. It's so good. Look at it. Hey guys, so this is Nate from the future here. I did a video on the entire comic book, but I thought just for now, I'll end the video on this just to encourage you guys to please pick up this comic book. I am not sponsored or affiliated in any way with Boom Studios or any of the actors or the writers of this comic. It genuinely is just so fun, and I'd really love for you guys to experience it, whilst also helping out the artists by purchasing the comic book. I will talk about the other stories very soon in a video / in short form content, but for now, I hope you enjoyed this review / breakdown of the first part of the anthology series, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the comic book.